Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to solve day 21 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now, without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 3346. Maximum frequency of an element after performing operations 1. So let's read the problem statement. You are given an integer array nums and two integers k and num operations. You must perform an operation num operations times on nums, right? Where in each operation you select an index I that was not selected in any previous operations, and we have to add an integer in the range minus k to k to nums of I, right? This is what we can do. We can add an integer in the range minus k to k to nums of I, right? After that, we have to return the maximum possible frequency of any element in nums after performing the operations, right? So we have given operations and k value and nums array, right? If you see the constants here, constant size is very large. Nums dot length from 1 to 10 to the power 5, nums of I value from 1 to 10 to the power 5, k is from 0 to 10 to the power 5, and nums of operations is less than equal to nums dot length from 0, right? So these are the constants, right? Now see example number 1. Here, if you see, this is my nums array 1, 4, 5, k is equal to 1, right? So that simply means that we can add values in this range minus 1 to 1, and num operations values 2, so that simply means I can select two indexes, right? So here in 1, 4, 5, right, if I have to do the two operations, right? So if I add 0 to this value, what I will get? I will get 1, 4, 5 only, right? So here I have completed one operation, right? Now after that, if I add minus 1 to this value, right, I can add, right, in this range minus 1 to 1, right? So if I add minus 1, so then what I will get? I will get 1, 4, 4, right? So this is nothing but second operation. So we have to do in total two operations, right? So now in this nums array, if you see, 4 is occurring two times, right? So max frequency here is 2, so we are returning 2, right? So frequency of any element, right, whatever the max, we have to return that, right? We can also make it like this. 1, 4, 5 we have. If I do first operation like plus 0 here, right, minus 1 to 1, this is the range, I will get 1, 4, 5, and in the next operation, if I add plus 1 here, right, I will get 1, 5, 5. So in this case also, 5 is occurring two times and 1 is occurring one time, so max frequency is 2, so we have to return 2 here, right? And here see, this is the index which I'm changing, right? And next time I'm not selecting the same index, I'm selecting some other index, right? So this also we need to take care, right? Clear? Now see example number 2. So this is my nums array, right? K is equal to 5 and num operations is equal to 1, right? In this case also, right, we can do one operation, right? Only one operation, right? So here 5, 11, 20 and 20 we have, right? So 20, 20 both are same, right? So 20 is occurring two times as of now, 11 is occurring one time, and 5 is occurring one time, right? So we have to do one operation, right? That is mandatory, and in this range we can do minus 5 to 5. So maybe I can do one thing here. We can add 0 to nums of 1, right? So again I will get 5, 11, 20, 20, same thing, right? But I'm doing one operation that we have to do, right? So in this case also 20 is occurring two times. Can I make this 11 somehow 20? Is it possible? So max that we can add is 5, so 11 plus 5 is 16, and we can only do one operation, right, on any index. So no, it is not possible to make, right? Can we make this 20 to 11? So 20 minus 5 if I do plus minus 5, right? These are the values. So 10 plus 20 minus 5, right? Minus 5 to 5. So if I add minus 5, that's what I'm saying. So I can make it 15. Still I'm not able to make 11, right? So no, it is not possible. So I will see that max frequency that I can get of any element is 2. So I have to return 2 here. That's it, right? So I hope that you guys are clear with both examples and what we have to do in this particular problem, right? Now let's see how I'm going to solve it. Okay, let's take this example. Let's say we have 1, 4, 5 and 10. Let's say we have these values, right? And let's say we have k is equal to 2, and let's say num operation value is also, you can take 3 or 2. Let's take 2. Okay, num operations is equal to 2, let's say, right? Let's say these are the values we have, right? Now here, what is the first thing that we need to do here, right? First thing you can do here, first just calculate the frequency of all the elements, right? So frequency of 1 is just 1 without doing any operation. 4 frequency is just 1, 5 frequency is just 1, 10 frequency is just 1, right? So as of now, the max frequency is 1. So let's say this is my answer as of now, right? This is my answer as of now. We haven't applied any operations yet, right? And here k is equal to 2 means that in this range, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, right? So this is the range, -2 to 2, right? In this range we can choose any element, right, to add. Okay, all right. So now here what you need to do here, if this is the position, right, if this is the first value, right, so here this is 1, right? So if I add minimum value, so what is the value I can get? I can get 1 plus -2, right, if I add minimum value. And if I add max value, max is 2, so 1 plus 2, right? This is the max value. So here in this side I'm going to get -1, and here in this side I'm getting 3, right? These are the two values that I'm getting, right? So now here, tell me how many values are in this range, -1 to 3, in this nums array, right? How many values are in this range? So do we have -1 to 3? So is this value is there? Yes, this value is there, right? This value is there? No, right? This value is not there, right? 4, we need until 3, right? So only one value is there, right? This one is only occurring just one time. We can't change any other value, right? Because if you see, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 10, right? So 4, same way you check 5, can I make this 5 equal to 1? No. Can I make this 10 equal to 1? No. So 1 is occurring just one time, right? 1 is occurring just one time as of now, right? So here instead of checking 4 and then 5 and then 10, right? So I can do one thing, I can sort my nums array, right? It is already sorted, right? But let's suppose somehow case is like this. Here we have 4, 5, and here we have 3, right? Then this 3 is possible here, right? So am I going to check all these numbers one by one? No, right? Like check if 4 with 4, if it is possible to make 1, right? With 5, if it is possible to make 1. No. With 3, if it is possible to make 1. Yes, with 3 it is possible if I add 3 plus -2, right? So one by one I'm checking all the numbers, right? So instead of this, if I have already sorted my nums array, right? If I have already sorted my nums array 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So here with 3 answer is possible, with 4 answer is not possible. So definitely these are the bigger numbers. With these numbers also answer is not possible, right? So I can easily skip, right? So with these two answer is possible, right? So that is why sorting is important in this particular problem, right? So do one thing, let's do the sorting first on your nums array, right? So as of now we are clear with two things, that first we need to do the sorting, right? So that we can get the numbers like this in increasing order, right? And if I pick any particular index and if I add the minimum value of k and the max value of k, so I will get one range. I have to check all the numbers in this range, -1 to 3, all the numbers that I have in this array, right, in this range. And then I will see whether I can convert all these numbers to 1, right? If I pick this as my first value, right? This is what I'm doing, right? So because here if 3 is occurring 3, let's say 3 times, right? But we can only apply the num operation 2 times, but we know that this is the range, right? This is the range 1, 3, 3, 3, right? This is the range in which I can make all the numbers equal to 1, right? Okay, but I can only apply at most 2 operations, right? We can apply 2 operations, exactly 2 operations. This is given, not at most, exactly 2 operations. So here I will add -2, here I will add -2, so I will get 1, 1, 1, 3. So in this case the max frequency of 1 is 3, right? This is what we are getting, right? Clear? Okay, so here I can simply do one thing now. So what is the base frequency of this one? Initially this one is occurring one time, and in this range how many number of operations I can form? 2, right? This, right? So this is going to be my answer 3, right? Clear? But here let's suppose this is the case, right? Only 1 3 is there. So in this case, are you going to say 1 2 3, total 3 ones? No. So we have to take minimum also here. How we are going to take the minimum? So what is the size of this window? This window, so here it is 0 index, let's say 1 index, 2 index, 3 index, 4 index, bigger example, right? I'm taking this, considering these 3 threes, right? So in this case the length of this is last 3 is at 3 minus 0 plus 1, so length is 4. So 4 and this 1 plus 2, 4 and 1 plus 2. What is minimum? Minimum is 3, so 3 is output. Same way here, if only 1 3 is there, if only 1 3 is there, right? So in that case, 0 1 2, 2 minus 0 plus 1, so this is a side of window, that is nothing but 2, right? 2 minus no, it is 1, right? 0 1 and 2. Okay, so this is the window, right? 1 3. So 1 minus 0 plus 1, that's nothing but 2. So 2 and 3, what is minimum is 2, right? So this is what we need to do, right? So we are doing base frequency plus number of operations and count in the range, right? So how we are updating the answer, so let's do that. So we are calculating the possible answer as math dot min of count in range, and here base frequency that we have calculated in the past plus num of operations. And what is this count in range? This is nothing but possible value, right? And count in range is nothing but I can say right minus left plus right. So this is what we are doing right here. If you see, this is the right index minus left plus 1, right? So this is nothing but it is going to give the window length. Okay, so let's take the same example now. 1 3 1 4 5 10. This was the example that we took, right? So now let's say for this 4, right, my k is equal to 2, my num operations is equal to 2, right? K is equal to 2 means minus 2 to 2, right? Now for 4 I'm going to check, right? And these values are already sorted, right? So here for 4 what is the minimum I can get? 4 minus 2, right? And what is the max I'm going to get? 4 plus 2. So that simply means 2 to 6 I have to check. So what are the values which are in 2 to 6, right? So 2 to 6 is these two are 2 into 6, right? 2 to 6, these two are possible, right? These two are possible, right? For this 4, right? So now in this case 0 1 2 3, right? And this array is already sorted. So if 10 is not possible, definitely all the other values, if there are any other values after 10, they are also not possible. Same way, if 1 is not possible, definitely minus 1 minus 2, if there are any other values in this side, that are also not possible, right? So now in this case, first this window length is nothing but 2 minus 1 plus 1, so that is nothing but 2. Okay, and here base frequency of 4 is 1 plus number of operations 2. So what is minimum? Minimum is 2, so that simply means 2 are the values that we can change, right? So 4, and here in this 5, if I do minus 1, I will get 4 and 4, right? That is possible. Okay, this is done. Same way after that I will have to check for 5. So for 5 5 minus 2 3, and 5 plus 2 7. So 3 to 7, all the values, so only these two are possible, right? So same way I will do stuff here. Then for 10 minus 2 is 8, and plus 2 is 12, 8 to 12, so only 1 is there, that's it. So in the end the answer is 2, right? That's what you need to do, right? And how you are going to calculate the values, right? Here values are like this: 1 4 5 10. So for this 5, right, range is like this: 3 to 7, right? So 3 to 7 means this to this, right? So 3 to 7, how you are going to calculate? So you are going to calculate, let's say these are nothing but my indexing, right? 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index. So you have to calculate a two type of index, right? One is lower bound and one is upper bound. So lower bound is going to give you the first index. Lower bound is going to give you the first index which is greater than equal to your value, right? This is what lower bound is going to be. So this is nothing but your value. So first index which is greater than equal to this value, so that is nothing but 1. So lower bound is 1, right? And what is your upper bound? Upper bound is going to give you the first index which is greater than the value, right? This value, bigger value. So this is nothing but, you can say, lower value, upper value. So 7. So this is the first index, right? This is the first index which is greater than the, so this is nothing but upper bound, right? Upper bound is 3. And here in the same example, this is your lower bound, right? So now what you need to do here, this lower bound, right, just consider this as your left, and for this upper bound, consider your right as this, right? So you can say right is nothing but this upper bound value minus 1, right? Upper bound minus 1. So that simply means that this value is your right. Right is upper bound minus 1, left is nothing but your lower bound, right? So I am subtracting 1 because of this reason. Upper bound is giving the first index which is greater than this, right? So now I get left and right, so you will definitely get the window, right? And then you have to again do the same operations, right? Like this. Uh, these things, counting, range, and possible, right? That's it. So this is what you need to do, right? And how you are going to get the value of this lower bound, right? This is simple, right? First index greater than this, right? But how you are going to do this? So since your nums array is already sorted, right? 1 4 5 10, it is already sorted, right? So you can do the binary search on this, right? So you can take your left as 0. You are doing the binary search, right? You are just finding the index, right? So L is equal to 0, say right is nothing but 3, nums dot length. You can take 4 as the starting, or you can take this 3, okay, whatever you want. So let's say you take 4. So now you are just going to run one loop while left is less than right. Okay, so this I'm going to write for lower bound. Okay, lower bound. So this is what you are going to do, right? While L is less than equal to right. Okay, so here inside this, first thing you have to calculate the mid. So how you calculate the mid is nothing but L plus R minus L divided by 2. Okay, mid is nothing but L plus R divided by 2. But sometimes we write it like this so that this value may go very large, right? L and R both are very big value. So we just write it like this so that we don't get integer overflow type errors, right? And then we are just going to check if nums of mid, okay, whatever the mid at this mid index value, if this value is smaller than value, right? In this case you have to update your ls mid plus 1, right? Else you have to just update rs mid, and in the end you have to just simply run l. That's it. Okay, so very simple, right? So this is your array, right? L and r. So if mid comes out here, right, and the if the mid value, nums of mid value, right, is less than value, right, is less than the value, then in that case you are just going to update your L from here. You are going to start from here, add this range, add to R. Otherwise you are going to search in this range. So this is what you need to do, right? L is equal to mid plus 1, right? We have to do when our result exists in this side. Otherwise we need to search in this side. So this is simple logic of binary search, right? So we will write the code, then you guys will get better understanding of this code, right? But that's it. That's what we need to do, right? So now let's write the code without any delay. So here what you need to do first you need to just calculate the first sort the array, right? First step, arrays dot sort, and here just write nums, and then after that take n value. N is nothing but your nums dot length, and here answer is equal to 0 initially, right? We have to build the frequency map for existing numbers, so for that you have to create one map, right? And here you have to write integer, and here your value is also going to be of integer type, right? And here let's name it as frequency, and here new hash map. And then after that you have to iterate over all the numbers one by one, int nums, and then here simple frequency dot put, pass the key, just check if this key is already there in your map or not. So frequency dot get or default. So get or default for this particular key. If key is there, then take that particular value, otherwise take 0 in the start and add 1 to it, right? Then we have to update the answer as, in the answer I'm just going to keep track of the max frequency as of now. Math.max of answer, or this frequency dot get the value of this particular key now. So in this way I'm going to track the max frequency so far. So this is going to be my step 1. Step 2 is going to be just iterate over all the values one by one, right? So int target is equal to nums of 0 initially, right? And then target value, right, it should be less than equal to nums of n minus 1, right? And here I'm just going to do target plus plus, right? So here there is one more thing, right? So in this example I'm checking 1 4 5 10. I show you like this 1 4 then 5 then 10. There may be 2 is also possible, right? 3 is also possible, right? 4 5 6 7 8 9 is also possible. We have to check all these numbers as well in between. The reason is because maybe 3 is midway and we can easily from 1 to 3 and we can change 4 to 3 also I can change 5 to 3 also I can change. This may be the case, right, this may be the case. So we have to check all these, right, one by one. Okay, so that is the reason behind this, right? Okay, now next, let's move further. All right, so here int left is equal to lower bound, and here nums, and here you have to write target minus k, right? So this is the lower value that I'm passing. In the right, I'm going to pass what? I'm going to pass upper bound. Okay, upper bound is calculated in the first index, which is greater than the value, right? Nums, and the value that I'm going to pass here, it is comma, right? Nums, comma, and here target plus k, right? And here I have to do -1 because I have told you that my right is going to be upper bound -1. That's the reason, right? So that's why I'm doing this. So now after this, I'm just going to count in range. So how I'm going to calculate this? Count in range. Very simple. Right minus left plus 1, right? And here int base frequency, right, is nothing but frequency dot get or default target, and here 0, right? And now int possible is nothing but we write math dot min of count in range, and here base frequency plus number of operations, right? And here int answer is nothing but answer is already declared, right? Answer is nothing but math dot max of answer, and here possible, right? So this is what we need to do, and here we have to simply return answer, right? Okay, and here let me do one thing. Let me add one comment. Debug statement. Okay, system dot out dot println, and here let's say uh, target is equal to target. I just want to print the target. What is the first target I'm checking, right? Okay, and here let's do one thing. Here also I'm going to add one thing, answer. I will remove it when I'm going to submit the code. I'm just show you what is happening. All right, this is done. Okay, so this is done here, and then after this we have to just find out the, we have to just write the code for this lower bound and upper bound. So here first index which is greater than equal to value. It's very simple code about binary search, right? So private int lower bound is nothing but here I'm just going to pass the nums array, and I'm going to pass the value, and here int l is equal to 0, r is nothing but nums dot length, and here I'm just going to write while l is less than r, and here I'm going to calculate the mid l plus r minus l divided by 2, and here I'm just going to check if nums of mid value, right? If it is less than value, right? So in that case l I'm going to update as mid plus 1, as r is nothing but equal to mid, and here in my while loop ends. So from here I'm just going to simply return l, right? So in the lower bound we are just finding out the first index, right, where the my value first index which is greater than equal to the value, right? So that is what we are trying to find out, right? So that is why here I'm writing nums of mid less than values, then I'm just going to operate l as mid plus 1, else r is commit, right? And in that we have to return the l, right? Same way you have to write the same thing for the upper bound as well. So you can just simply copy and paste it. So first index here you have to write which is greater than the value, right? So here you have to write upper bound upper bound, and here after that here num submit less than equal to value. If it is the case, then L is going to be plus 1, otherwise R is going to be. That's it. Now let's run the code and let's see if we are able to pass all the test cases or not. Yes, we are able to pass all the test cases. Now let's take this example, 1 4 5 10, right? So I'm going to take this same example here, or I can modify it as well, 1 4 5 and 10, and k is nothing but 2 and num operations 2. So what should be the output should be 2 here, right? So let's see that. Okay, so let's see here, k is 3, right? So output is 2, right? We are good. So here see, first target is 1, then I'm taking target 2, then target 3, then target 4, then target 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I'm checking all the values starting from 1 2 3 6 7 8 9 also, right? All the values I'm checking, right? So max I'm going to get 2 only, right? Here also we are checking all the values, right? So I think there was one example which people were confused. Answer is nothing but this, right? And here possible also, let me show you. Possible and possible. Okay, so now let's run it, right? So here see, with 53 possible is 1 and answer is 1, and with 88 also possible is 1, answer is 2. So people are saying why we are getting 2 not 1, right? Because 2 is possible here in all these cases with 78 77. So we have to check all these values also, right? Because 67 we can achieve from both 88 and 53 like this, right? Now let's submit it. Okay, before submit, yeah, if you want you can just comment on these lines, right? Okay, now let's submit it. So see, our solution is active, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand to this problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in the comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.